let's get to the Guerschon Yabusele trade, because the French connection, meaning him and Pacome Dadier, could be finding new homes soon. So let's talk about it. This one trade is one that was going around on Knicks Twitter. Shout out to Sleeper Knicks and all those guys who brought this one up. Let's talk about this one first. A guy that a lot of us like him, man, Naji Marshall. Naji Marshall, okay? Now, in this proposed trade, this would have Naji Marshall coming to the Knicks and Yabusele, Dadier, Landry Shamet, and a 2026 second-round pick going to the Mavericks. Now, in our illustration here from Fanspo, it says that the trade cannot go through, but that's because the Knicks would be down to 12 players and they would not have they would not meet the minimum roster requirements here. So it would reject the trade. However, in speaking to our guy Yossi Goslin, resident capologist, basically saying the Knicks would need to sign 2 more vetmans to meet that, right? Because remember, you're taking off 3 guys from your roster. So you got to get 2 more roster spots on there. You would have to sign 2 more vet minimum contracts. But let's talk about the trade on its surface. What do you think about it?
I think it would be a good trade if you want to add more wing depth. You certainly bury in McCullough if you don't trust him, but you get some added you get an added wing player, especially from an offensive standpoint, from Naji Marshall. And every time he plays us, he kills us. But in this trade, you'd hope that he could continue to bring that talent over, because let's remember, we brought over Evan Fournier, a guy who could kill us when he was on the Magic, but then lost all those superpowers. So I think it'd be a good trade. You know, I'm always for looking for another big, looking for a true center, but this is not the worst idea possible if you get Naji Marshall on the Knicks, just to add some more scoring. Although, do we need more scoring?
I'd say no. I think we need more defense, and I'd be a little bit leery giving up Shamet, man. I would, man. I like the way that he worked his way into this team, into this locker room. I do like that. But you know, I do like the addition of another quality wing here. Naji Marshall, 6'6". Let's look at the numbers this year. With Dallas, he's shooting only 31% from 3, 63% from 2. So he's a mid-range guy, not really a three-point shooter. And with Dallas, he's averaging 13 points and 4.6 boards on the season. 13 points, 4.6 boards. It's kind of crazy to think you'd be trading four roster spots for Naji Marshall. That'd be crazy.
But let's also keep in mind that you're really giving up 2 players, because I'm counting Yabusele and Dadier as 1 player.
Yeah. That would be kind of interesting. I think Marshall, if we look at his salary, I think he has 1 more year left on his deal, if I'm not mistaken. Naji Marshall has, hang tight. He has, show salary, okay. He has, where's his salary at? I think it might be 2 more. He's at $8 million right now with Dallas. Current contract. He's got 2 more. This year he's at 9, and next year he's at 9.4. Sorry, 9 and 9.4. He signed a 3-year, $27 million contract last summer with Dallas. So he would have 1 more year left on his deal. So I would have to, we would have to talk to Brock, see if he factored that into his second apron calculations. Does that help the Knicks in terms of locking in salary now? It'd be interesting. It would definitely be interesting. But again, with this structure, like right now, he's averaging 28 minutes a game.
So then where do you even get that for him if he joins this team?
And can he be an impactful situational player?
Yeah, because Shamet's not even getting 28 minutes.
Right. Can he be an impactful situational player in those minutes? What do you guys think in the chat? Naji Marshall in exchange for Dadier, Yabusele, Landry Shamet, and a second-round pick. Rate it in the chat. Okay. We lost some bars here. Hopefully we bounce back up. Okay, here we go. We're back. All right, so next one we're going to take a look at here. Moving and grooving here, Al. In a blockbuster trade, the New York Knicks bring in Kevon Looney in exchange for Guerschon Yabusele and Dante. Al, talk about the trade, man.
Well, I already said, man, I want backup fives. I know Kevon Looney is on the downtrend at this point, but looking at what having Yee's Messi on the Pelicans, I think they'd be willing to part with Kevon Looney. I mean, they got DeAndre Jordan too. I know he's not really playing much. He's more of like a bench guy, but still, for where the Pelicans are going, I think you could do this trade by also throwing in a second rounder just to sweeten the pot. Just because, again, Dante, that's, hey, maybe there's some potential that he gets a jump off to his career in a new setting, but you throw in a second rounder with that. And I think for Kevon Looney, I think that's a solid third string backup center for what you need in case, Mitch is taking a rest, Cat's in foul trouble, if you don't really trust Porty, I think he'd be a fine third string center for the Knicks.
Okay. I'm in a little bit of technical difficulties. Just hang tight with us on the video side. Just having a little bit of technical difficulties on that one. But I'm with you, man. I'm with you on this Looney trade. I'd do this in a heartbeat. Give me Kevon Looney. Did we look up his contract? So let's take a look at his contract. Does it say right here on the screenshot how many years left he has?
It should say it right there. I think it's only 1 year on it. Let me double check.
Okay.
It is. No, he's got 2 years.
2 years left at how much?
$8 million.
2 years left.
I think $8 million a year.
Okay. So maybe that's a little insurance, and maybe you lose Mitch in free agency. Maybe they decide not to sign Mitch. I think that would be foolhardy, but maybe they decide that based on contracts and based on the salary cap situation. So we're talking about Kevon Looney here. Hey, I think about it.
It's not the worst option.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, because a lot of people are going to be like, do I want to do this? There's not really a lot based on how the CBA is structured, where the Knicks are pressing up against the second apron. They're not there yet, but they're very close to it. So
getting there. The
trades and the lack of flexibility in matching contracts, there's not really a lot out there that you could get in return for someone like Yabusele.
Okay. All right, moving on to the next one, Al. Good people in the chat. Welcome to the New York Knicks. Dwight, Powell, and Dante Exum. Back to the Mavs. We're going back to the Mavs. We didn't get Naji Marshall, but we will settle for Dwight Powell and and Dante Exum in exchange for the French connection. Your thoughts here, Al?
Well, now just keep in mind, Dante Exum is out for the entire season.
He's out.
So it's really just to match contracts at that point. That's why he's being thrown in there. And it's
so on this, we're having some extreme technical difficulties here with the internet. Be patient. Getting some drop signals right now. Not sure what's going on with the connection here. Connection's a little bit choppy, but we're doing the best we can. Just hang in there. Dwight Powell, ladies and gentlemen, Dante Exum in exchange for the French connection. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. All right, we're going to keep it pushing because I'm hoping this thing doesn't crap out on me. Having some technical issues. Hang in there. Okay. All right, next one here up. Okay, here we go, Alex. Welcome to the New York Knicks. We're going back to New Orleans, baby. This time, our GM, the Stratocaster, has cooked up a blockbuster. Because not only does he bring us back Kevon Looney, we get the backup big, but we welcome home Brooklyn's own Jose Alvarado, Grand Theft Alvarado, coming home in exchange for Guerschon Yabusele, Deuce McBride, and Dante. I can't do this trade, bro. I'm sorry, man. I'm never doing this trade, man.
I am wondering who would actually want to do this. I feel like there's somebody who would want to do this trade. All right. So if you want to get a point guard, if you're not trusting Kolek as your initiator, and if you want some defense still at the one, you will get that in Jose Alvarado. Plus, you'll get some shooting as well. This guy is a legit scorer. So if you want all of that plus getting the backup big and Kevon Looney, as I just talked about, this would have to be the deal to get it done. You get rid of Yabusele, you get rid of Batum Dadier, guys who aren't really adding anything. The one that would hurt in this trade is doing, just losing, I should say, Deuce in this one, just because I would want to have Deuce on this team to pair with Jose as a 1-2 punch as your 1 and 2 coming off the bench. But in order to get something, you got to give something up. So I don't see how they would give up Jose Alvarado without getting anything in return. I think he's a solid backup point guard, and I think they'd want somebody like McBride. Once again, this type of deal comes down to matching the contracts. So not the greatest thing. It's not a trade I would like to do just because I do like Deuce and he adds a lot to this team. But if you're thinking, how do you get Jose Alvarado plus a backup big based on the contracts, based on the constraints, here's your trade.
Okay. All right, there we go. People in the chat, if you're having audio issues, if it's coming in and out, just refresh your browser. Refresh your browser and it should work, man. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but the machine is still powered on, man. It's like a submarine, man. We got, backups and backups and backups. So just hang in there with us. All right, Al. The last trade of our top 5 trades involving Guerschon Yabusele and the French Connection. We're going French for French, but we're not putting him on the bench. This time, Nicolas Batum is coming to Madison Square Garden in addition to Cam Christie in exchange for the French Connection, Guerschon Yabusele and Pacome Dadier. Your thoughts?
Now, for this one, you probably have to add some a second rounder or two to get Nicolas Batum for 3-point shooting. But in this deal, all right, like I don't know, like it's okay. I mean, he can give you some stretch 5 minutes here and there, even though he's designated as a small forward, but it's not the worst thing out there if you really want to just dump Guerschon Yabusele and Pacome Dadier to get somebody in return. Mind you, Nicolas Batum has 2 years on his contract, so you would have him coming off your bench. But, the thing is, he's a good 3-point shooter. Defensively, this is the whole thing again. Like, how much do you want to go lean into your offense and give up on the defense? Yeah. Not saying you're getting a lot of that from Yabu and Pacome, but still, like, making this type of deal, is that the direction that you want to go? Also, Christie has 3 years on his deal.
Yeah, so that'd be a little tough. But, I mean, from the Batum standpoint, look, you get a leader. He could still be a savvy defender that he might lose in terms of his athleticism, his speed, and all of that. He is older. And I think you could get an occasional 3-point shot here and there. Is he completely washed? I don't think so. Could he give you a little bit more than Yabusele's giving you? I think so, probably. Which is a pretty low bar. It's a pretty low bar, man. But yeah, look, I think right now, especially with where Yabusele is, it's hard to be in the driver's seat when you're looking at these trades. The Marshall one is interesting, though. I think the Naji Marshall one is interesting.
I think the one that I like the most is just the Kevon Looney.
yeah, Looney. That one. That's how I would rate it. Looney first, and the Marshall deal second, man.
So you go Naji Marshall over Nicolas Batum.
Yes, yeah, easily. Yeah, I do that deal before Batum.
So straight up so the French Connection for Looney. You then do the trade for Marshall.
Yeah.
You then go Batum.
Right. Yeah. The Sochan one, some people want that Sochan. Sochan's been a hot topic last week too. What do you think? Yeah.
Am I?
Man went from the point guard to the Spurs to riding the bench. Heavy.
And he was once considered a key part of what they were trying to do with him, utilizing him at the 4.
Yeah. Big part.
And that's the thing, man. Like, he's a true 4. Like, there's not really a lot of wiggle room for him in an offense. You really have to have like a designated role for him,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is true. So what do you guys think, man? Leave some comments in the chat, and we will shout you guys out, man. Good work. Our resident GM, the Stratocaster. Putting it down. Okay. All right, man. Good segment, man. Who else we got in the chat? Let me make sure I shout out all the super chats. General Torre, Reno Pletzer, salute to you guys. Big Daddy G, salute to you. We see you in here. Shout out to you guys, man. Yeah, I'm not so high on the Sochan thing. I don't think he's all that. I mean, I don't think he's any good at all, to be honest with you. So, I don't know. I'm not so sure. If that's the case, you might as well go get Ben Simmons or something.
See, if you had this man how did he get more minutes from his rookie to his sophomore season? And he still just averaged just 0.6 more than what he did the year prior. He went from 11 points to 11.6. And then, I don't even know, man. This guy is like, it's a tough fit, man. Because the thing is that he's legitimately one position. And that's just the way that the NBA is going. You have to be able to be versatile, and even in the game of like positionless basketball, right? Like Yabu could play the 4, he could play the 5. You think about Bridges, he could play 2 and the 3. OG could play anything from like 2 to 5 depending on the night and who he's guarding, right? Cat play 4 and 5. Brunson could go back between 1 and 2. Like all these guys can play multiple positions. I just don't see how you can get somebody who's just strictly a 4 on this team anymore. Honestly, I feel like the power forward position is truly like archaic at this point.
Yeah, no, that is true. Definitely agree with you there. So what do you guys think, man? Jeremy Sochan in the chat. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave us a comment in the comment section or grade the entire suite of Alex's top 5 trades involving Guerschon Yabusele. Before we get to our final segment of the show, let's shout out another one of our sponsors, Al, and that is Z-Biotics. Hey, listen, man, whether you guys are going out with friends, a dinner, a birthday party, your gathering, celebrations, look, for a lot of us, that means, hey, it's going to be involved in a couple of drinks. Hey, we're not advocating for it, but that's just some of our lifestyle. But, hey, listen, for a lot of us that are busy, you still got things to do the next morning, whether that's working out, you got errands to run, you got work commitments, family commitments. That's why I use Z-Biotics pre-alcohol probiotic drink. This is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic designed by PhD scientists. Here is the science. When you drink, your body creates an unwanted byproduct in the gut. Z-Biotics is engineered to break up that byproduct so that when you wake up feeling good, you're ready to go and get your day started. Just make sure it's your first drink of the night. Take care of yourself, hydrate, and you're setting yourself up for a better tomorrow. I use it before a night out. I've used it a couple times before a night out. Hey, man, I'm getting old. Those hangovers, I can't hang like I used to. So I pop a little Z-Biotics, get my drink on, get my party on, and then the next morning I'm good to go, get my workout in, and get my day started, man. So if you want to feel your best during the busiest times of the year or the day, grab some Z-Biotics, man. Go to zbiotics.com/KFTV and use our code KFTV for 15% off your first order. That's zbiotics.com/KFTV.